Hey, it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Tyler Perry's male comedy drama, Bruh, right? Bruh, Season 2, Episodes 11, One Chance, and Episode 12, Like the Wind. And I have to apologize to my subscribers because I thought I did this video like back in October last year, and I had no idea that I didn't. I have the notes written here, but never put up a video. So shout out to Sydney Brookins for reminding me and letting me know that I have failed you guys miserably. Anyway, going forward, I'm going to start with uploading 2 episodes at a time, per week until I catch up. And I hope that's okay with all of you guys. And now, you know the drill. If you have not subscribed to my channel as of yet, take a moment right now and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and select all. It'll let you know every time I upload a new video or any new content. Then I ask that you smash that like button, write a comment, and share the video. So I need you to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Now let's get started. Episode 11, One Chance. Bill is showing that he's up at he's up at Mike's house, and Regina is there, and Bill is he's pissed. He's like, he want to know what's going on, what's she doing there, and Regina tells a bit of what was happening, but then she lets Mike tell the rest, and Mike lies and say that they were effing. And he's like, what? And she slaps him like, dude, please don't do that now. She wanted to jump on his behind, but she didn't. And then he admits he was lying, and Regina gets him to apologize and say sorry to Bill. And, Bill wasn't really trying to hear it. And then she leaves after saying, and make sure you tell Bill what you did, that you were trying to, hit on me and come on to me and stuff. And Bill is like, what the F? He's pissed and stuff. So Bill and Mike, they talk, but things aren't really resolved. And as he leaves, as Bill leaves, in comes John and Greg. They show up, and John is like the comic relief in the show. Between him and his mother, Miss Alice, they so funny. So they try to smooth out things between Mike and Bill, and that's when they learn what Mike did. And he had Pam followed and was trying to have sex with Regina. And they're like, what the freak is wrong with you? So Mike gets mad at them and kicks them out of his apartment. Even though Greg tries to stay behind and talk to him because he's seeing signs of something that he don't want to discuss, but he still kicks him out. And then when they're in the car, Greg and John are in the car driving back home. Greg thinks there's something, like I said, deeper going on with Mike, but he won't say it, even though John was trying to get him to say it. But John notices that Greg is driving fast, and that's when he learns he met some girl, a female, and he has a date with her. And so John asks Greg to drop him off at the bar to see Lydia. He said this girl Lydia, he's checking her out and stuff, and asked him could he take that bag with tampons and stuff to his mom, Miss Alice. And Greg is like, I ain't taking that nothing with no tampons to your mama and stuff. But he reluctantly said yes, okay, and he did it. In the meantime, Regina calls Pam and tells her that Mike is having her follow. She's like, what the what? And she's pissed as ever. And she's like, I'm going to Mike's and I'm going to confront him, and give him a piece of my mind. And then Regina's like, yeah, you need to do that, please. So she was like, well, you do me a favor. When I go there, if I call you, please answer your phone, because I think Regina, there was a problem with them, the phone conversation or something in the last episode, I think, or whatever. Anyhow, they hang up, they agree, and she said, I'll expect your call. In the meantime, Bill comes home. That's why she hung up, because Bill came in the house. She said, I gotta go. So Bill and Regina, they talk about Mike and then about their relationship. And Bill shares about, his therapy session with Natalie. And he's thinking Regina has a problem with that. But Regina said, I don't have a problem with you talking to her, but I do have a problem with you sleeping with her. Because remember, Regina walked in where he was all in between Natalie's legs. It was crazy. So he has to now get a male therapist. He said she's going to refer you to a male therapist. I said, I hear you, girl. I hear you, Regina. And she's going to give Bill another chance. She said, I'm going to give you another chance, but you better not F this up. Because he was saying how much he loves her and he really wants this relationship to work. And then he actually asked her to move in with him as well. And she told him, she said, I love you too, but she's scared. She doesn't know if it'll work because of who he has been in the past and cheating on her all the time. He's cheated on her a few times, it seems. But then it switches over to Greg. He shows up to Miss Alice's apartment and she's like, oh boy, I forgot how fine you are. You know her little dirty old self. He says, okay, hi, Miss Alice, how you doing? And he's like, look, I can't stay. I have a date. I wanted to bring you this bag from your son. And she's like, oh, you got a date? You cheating on me? And she said, where the hell is John? Why he didn't bring it? And he's like, Miss Alice, I gotta go, He's like, I gotta go. But she's like, your ass cheating on me. I'll cut you, boy. So then he threatens to cut him for cheating, and he like trying to get out the door. And she said, no. She told him, you a doctor. I haven't been feeling well. He's like, well, what's wrong? She said, I missed my period. he said, really? And she's looked at him. I'm choking now. He said, really? She said, you still get a period? She said, yeah, nigga. I think I'm pregnant. And he was like, damn. And she was like, okay, not even cool at all. She had the nerve to take offense. She took offense. So episode 12, like the wind, Miss Alice takes offense to Greg's surprise that she still get her period. And she asked him to give her a pregnancy test. So Greg goes out to buy one for her. And she begs him to stay while she pee on the stick. He kept saying, Miss Alice, I got a date, So she leaves him and she gives him some brownies to eat and stuff. And he's eating them. He takes a bite and said, they good. And she could hear that from the bathroom. I was like, this woman got some sharp ears. But I was like saying, don't eat it. I'm knowing her, they might have some weed in it. They might have been some, what is it? Hashish? Did some weed brownies, whatever you call them. I was like, be careful with Miss Alice's stuff. But anyway, so while he's sitting there, he calls his date, Darla, and he tells her he's going to be late. Can we push it back an hour? And Miss Alice could hear that too. And she yells something out. And Darla's like, wait a minute. That sound like that. She could hear you. She said, well, you better be quiet. She said, it's funny. That lady sounds like, she said, her voice sounds like the woman who worked in that sandwich shop near the precinct. He said, you know Miss Alice? She said, oh, man, all the officers know Miss Alice. I said, they all probably scared to go in there. She probably be hitting on all of the men. Miss Alice crazy. So she comes out and finds out she's not pregnant and she don't know what's wrong with her. And he said, you may be in menopause. And she's like, no, I can't be. She said, because she thinks that means she's old. And he's like, Miss Alice, you're not old. Don't worry about that. So he leaves, she kept trying to keep him, and he rushes off to his date with Darla. And then meanwhile, they show John. He goes to visit the bartender. I forgot her name. He goes to visit her and he buys her a drink, and then she orders the drinks, and she remembers what he comes in and get, which he felt was kind of cool. He's like, oh, you remember what I drink? She said, you get the same thing every time. like she was disgusted with it. So then she makes a toast to not having sex with him. I said, oh my God. He's like, oh, really? It's like that? And she said, that's right. So he's like, oh, okay then. So then she explains that she's celibate. He's like, what? Like, what is that? He said, you don't sell a little, you just sell a bit. Sell a bit. I said, damn, he dumb. And she's like, he didn't even know what it. She said, no, celibate means I'm not going to have sex with anybody. So she admitted that she wants to get to know him better, and take it slow. And so she said she's going to give him a ride home. They were talking, and she wanted to go home to his house and chat and not be at her job because she's at the bar, and that's where they were sitting. So she wanted to go to his house and get to know him better. And she said, I know you said you don't have a car, so you want to ride on the back of my motorcycle. But he kept mixing himself up because he's like, he told her I live with my mama. But then when she said it again, because you live with your mama, he said, no, let me get this straight. My mama lives with me. I was like, boy, you got to say it one way or the other. But you know what it is? Y'all live together. Just say y'all live together because you know you living with your mama. So anyway, she gonna give him this ride home, and she said, and you better not get hard riding behind me on the bike. She gonna feel it on her butt. He's like, oh, okay. He was laughing. He was like, okay, I'll think of something. I guess he gonna have to think of something terrible and not get horny. He gonna have to have his thought on something. Oh Lord, because she said she wants to meet his mama. And as they kept talking, he said, oh, you and my mama gonna get along well, huh? She said, you think? He said, unfortunately, yeah. She said, oh, I can't wait to meet her. He said, I can. Because he said, and she was saying, when she was talking about celibate, she said, you know, I almost gave you some. He said, really? How can I get back to that spot? She's like, boy, you crazy. And she said, yeah, I almost gave you some. He said, when was that? She was saying the night that he hit Mike because Mike was acting belligerent and John punched him out. She said she almost gave in. She said because it turned her on. She said it turned me on. He said, oh really? So you like violence? She said, yeah. And that's when he was like, yeah, you'll get along with my mama well. So in the meantime, when that's going on, Bill and Regina in bed, and he makes some negative comments about Regina's ex right after they having sex. He got to bring him up. Sometimes you men, y'all bring up stuff at the wrong time, and he's like, "Is that too soon?" She's like, "Yes." He said, "Well, you didn't love him anyway." She said, "I did love him. What would make you think I would marry somebody I didn't love?" And he thought with that he ain't packing what I got and all of he ain't got but this. I was like, stop it, stop doing that. He's like, I know he didn't got what I got and all that. You felt it, and that turns me on when I hear men talk like that. It's like let that go. And in the meantime, she's telling him she feels that he's jealous of her ex, and part of it is due to her ex having a fairer complexion. She said it always comes down to that with Bill, because he's a darker skinned brother. But I love me some chocolate brothers. Hallelujah. But of course, Bill was like, I'm not jealous and all this stuff and yada, yada, yada. He said, like he said, you felt it when I was packing. Like, I know he ain't got this. I said, how you know that? You watching him when he pee in the men's room? But he pulls out a ring and proposes to her, but refuses to get down on one knee the traditional way that she wanted it. And he's like, the old boy do it. And there he go, bringing up her ex again. It was just like, let it go. Forget him. So she finally said yes in the bed with him, but I think she wasn't really sure. But she said yes. Then it switches over to Greg and Darla. They meet up at that was Tom's apartment that Greg is staying in, and she was saying that can we order out? She admitted she's not a good cook. I said what? I thought she was saying she did cook before, but anyway, they ordered out Italian takeout, and he had her turn on some jazz music, and they had the mood music going, and he lets her know that she's like, what do you want? When he said, you want something to drink? She said, what do you want? He said, I want to make love to you. Oh, she was like, okay. Well, she has some reservations, and she said, I don't jump into bed with men just like that, and I need to know them first. She fears the hit it and quit it type of guys. Because she's sitting there going, come on, you a single doctor in Atlanta. Women are probably throwing themselves at you. And he's like, no, I mean, I just got here and stuff. Yeah, you just got here, but that's probably what might happen or could possibly happen. But so then he showers her with all these compliments about how beautiful she is and her smile and her body and stuff. And she's thinking this is still like a ploy to try to get into her pants and stuff. So she still insists on taking things slow. And as they sitting there talking, the music's playing, he gets up and asks her to dance with him, which I thought was sweet. So that was really nice. And then it ended with Pam. She arrives at Mike's apartment all pissed because he was having her followed. And she's telling him, please just stop having me followed. And he was like, well, I don't need to have you followed anymore because you're moving in here. And she was like, oh, no, I'm not. She said, your ASS is crazy. And he said, no, I'm not. She said, yes, you are. You change like the wind. You cool 1 minute, hence the title. You cool 1 minute and hot the next. And that's true. And if he gonna be like that, he might get mad and put her out just at any time. You see how he kicked his friends out. He looked like he got a temper could go off. But then he shared what's going on with him, that he has a cocaine problem, and he tried to keep it a secret, but he really needs some help. And it went off just like that. So I hope y'all like this recap. Let me know if I missed anything. Please put a comment down below. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep these up like 2 episodes a week until I catch up. It might be more, but I'm going to do it as I have time, okay? So again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please take a moment and do it now. It's your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.